Hola guys, what's your dream job? This, or this? In this video, I want to share with you 6 secret tips to ace your next job interview. Let's go. I've been on both sides of the table, being an interviewee and an interviewer. When I first graduated from college, I failed 100 job interviews and applications. Then I learned, I summarize, and reflect. Then a few years later, I went back to school for my MBA degree. And guess what? I improved a lot and I received 5 job offers upon graduation. And I even built the Excel model to select the right job offers among the 5. At that time, I went with Amazon. I was really grateful to those failures of my earlier life. If I didn't have those failures, I would not have the experience to share this video with you guys. Over the past few years, I've interviewed and coached many people to get into companies like Amazon and to get into school like Columbia University and INSEAD MBA. During the pandemic time, over 40 million Americans filed for unemployment, whether you're unemployed or employed. But if you're looking for your next career move, I'm sure you'll benefit from this video. Here you go, 6 tips. And make sure to watch until the end of this video for further advice. Tip number 1, feel the vibe and the chemistry. The first couple minutes, I will observe what personality my interviewer is. You know, the first impression is very critical. You want to get the right connections and vibe. If you messed up the first couple of minutes, it would be very hard for you to make up for it for the next, say, 30 minutes. For example, if the interviewer is fast talker, I will try to match his talking speed and energy level. Otherwise, he will be impatient about me talking slow. If he's very casual, then don't be too formal. If he's very geeky, don't be too funky. You make your interviewer feel uncomfortable.
Requiring the installation of a pacemaker, upon which I am mortally dependent.
Wow, he's technically a cyborg.
Yeah, makes the resume accurate.
Finding the right vibe is very important in my opinion because you want to work with people who you can connect with and have some chemistry with. Tip number 2 is knowing your interviewer. I usually look up people on LinkedIn and see his or her background. So if my interviewer has some banking background, I usually review some of the financial basics before the interview. In case he asks me some of the very technical banking questions, then I know how to answer. So really anticipate the interviewer's question ahead of time. I previously made a video about overcoming fear called To Anyone with Fear. There's one other advice on the video that I elaborate on anticipating others' reply to improve your confidence. I'll also put a link below as well. Tip number 3 is research the company. What do you know about the company? I will usually research the company's financials and products and see how I can contribute to a bigger picture rather than just the team that I'm applying for. So what do you know about our company, Emma?
You sell many things and I bought my hand sanitizers and wipes from your website during the pandemic.
So what do you know about our company, Emma? Yeah, sure. You started as a platform selling music and video, and later you gradually expanded to other categories and business segments, from e-commerce to consumer device to cloud computing. And now you're 280 billion in revenue. An experienced interviewer would definitely be able to tell whether or not you've done the homework or not. Tip number 4, tell personal story. I recommend using the STAR format, which stands for situation, task, actions, and result. Situation is for the interviewer to better understand the context behind this example. Task is about what's the goal and the assignment given to you. Action is about what you do instead of what other people do in your team. Most importantly, highlighting what your accomplishments are and what you learn from this example. Tell me about a time when you collaborate with other people on the same projects.
So I worked on a very difficult project because no one wanted to take it, so I took it. And I worked very long hours because the data was very messy and the team was overseas and it was very hard to communicate with them. After a few months, I completed it and I got promotion from it.
Good for you. Tell me about a time when you collaborate with other people on the same projects. I was assigned to work on a product launch for Amama. It was a very big scale of project because it involves multiple cross-functional tasks and departments. And it was a very difficult project because I need to communicate with the overseas teams across different time zones. And my goal for this project was to launch the product into Singapore within 6 months. During those 6 months, I worked very closely with the engineering team, the UX designer team to create a product that is customized to the local markets. In the end of this project, I exceeded the expectation and launched the product 1 month ahead of time, and it was forecasted to bring in a potential revenue of $50 million for the company in the next year. I really like the STAR format because it really gives people the clarity of thoughts. Tip number 5, highlight the points that are relevant to what they are looking for. And first of all, you need to understand the role that you are applying. For example, if you are applying for project manager, they usually require organization skill, coordination, communication. Then highlight those skills and examples specifically. If you are applying for an investment role, but you are highlighting your operational skills, that may not be so relevant to what they are looking for. So what's your strengths?
I'm really good at selling, and I'm a top sales at my firm, and I'm a professional tennis player, but sometimes I get messy, so I'm late for my game.
Then why are you applying for project manager role? So what's your strengths? I'm a very organized person. I started my career as an office manager where I need to organize everything for the entire office to make sure the daily operations are smooth. You have very limited amount of time during the interview, so really highlight those points that are relevant to what you're applying for. Number 6 is be real and authentic. Sometimes the hiring manager will ask you, are you better in marketing or operational job? It's okay to tell them the truth, because if you don't enjoy operational job, you will feel suffer anyway in the future. I don't like some of the saying that you should figure it out. On my website, kksuccess.com, one of my core values of coaching people is always be authentic and be yourself. I'm a true believer of being authentic. I thought you said you know PowerPoint very well. Why take so long for you to prepare a couple of slides? Hi, Ashley, because I'm a Mac user and I use Keynote at home. If you succeed in faking it for 2 hours during the interview, you can fake it for 2 years when you do the job. So I highly recommend being who you are. Hey guys, let me tell you, interview is really a skill. It's a skill not only about selling yourself, but it's about showing your communication skill, your interpersonal skill, and other ability during such a short time. Sometimes people may be really good at doing their job, but they can't pass a job interview. Or people are really good at getting multiple job offers, but they can't last long in their job. Failing an interview doesn't mean that you're not good. Perhaps you're really good, but you just suck at job interview. But for you to get to your dream job and have the platform to show your talents, you still need to pass the job interview first. And that's a very, very first step. So it's super important for you to build up your interview skill. If you need further personal advice, feel free to contact me on kksuccess.com where I coach people on their career and job interviews. And I'm currently running a 30% off promotion. And do you guys like my Amazon t-shirt, by the way? I wear a different Amazon t-shirt during my first YouTube video. Let's get a milk tea break. I hope you learned something new from this video. Best of luck to your career and job interview. And do share a comment below with the community on other job interview tips and advice that you may have. Do give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and check out my website kksuccess.com, and I'll see you next week. And do you guys like my Amazon t-shirt, by the way? I wear a different Amazon t-shirt during my first interview. I hope you learned something new from this video. Best of luck to best of luck. I hope you learned something new from this video. I hope you learned something new from this video. Best of luck to your career and job interview.